from APLMF. I think the topics are going to be very different to, if for those of you who participated in our previous two workshops, very different and very broad potentially in scope. But I think that you'll find that they are directly relevant to both APMP and APLMF members, and I look forward to being able to use the outputs, especially in some such key areas as ensuring the ongoing sustainability of our institutes as one of the topics in the group discussions, but all of them are very pertinent. So again, look forward to your participation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Angela. Ms. Katya.
Yeah, hello, and a very warm welcome also from my side. I'm Katya Lamy, the Medea project coordinator, and I'm happy to see all of you today here being with us. Today, everything will be about measurement services for economic growth, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And together with you, we want to define possible Medea project activities for the next 3 years. I think we have selected quite some different and also quite some interesting topics to be discussed later on in the breakout group discussions. And I'm also already looking very much forward to these discussions and hearing from your input. So thank you very much for being with us today, and have a good workshop all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Katya Lamich, and also Dr. Angela Samuel and Dr. Osman Zakaria. And we will just briefly look at our participant expectation. Before that, I said I want to launch the poll. So if you see now, I'm launching the poll. Can you please answer the 2 questions? Do you see the poll? Okay, there. The answers are now coming in. I see we have now 11 respondents, now 18. So there are 2 questions, no? Or items you have to answer. I was a participant in the planning workshop on health, and the other one is I was a participant in the planning workshop on water. Please, for the others who have not answered, oops, who ended the poll? We're not yet done. Somebody clicked on end the poll. Let me relaunch the poll.
Sorry, Camilla. I think I didn't realize that I can do that, but yes, I did that. Yeah. Sorry.
So let me relaunch the poll, and everybody should answer again. Can you please answer again? It's okay, Ada. There. Thank you. Great. We now have 70 respondents. Okay. So the co-hosts are actually not included here, the moderators. These are just the participants. We have 2 more participants who are not able to answer, but maybe they have difficulty accessing also. Then I could now end the poll with 95% respondents. So I want to share the results. Do you see the results? So 85% did not join the first workshop on health, and 92% did not join the second workshop on water. So that means a lot of the participants, this is their first time to join the planning workshop for Medea 3.0. Thank you very much for answering the poll. So now let's look at the expectations. And I see that a lot of us have positive feelings. good, okay, fine, happy, great. Angela is in an anticipatory mode or mood. Enthusiastic for Jaria, for example. And yes, but somebody is sleepy, Michael. So I hope that he will not be so sleepy and he will fall asleep while we're having workshop. And so with regards to our expectations, we have here some expectations on new knowledge, no? So, but many of us say you want to identify priority topics or the members' priorities, no? Angela is very specific about that. Understand and focus on the necessary needs. So I think that's very much related to priority also, and goals to develop the economy. Defining lots of interesting metrology activities, expanding professional networks as an expectation, achieve the activities to prepare the training program for Medea, among others. No, training is just one of them. Identifying important issues of APMP, APLMF, breakthrough ideas. So I hope we will have some breakthrough ideas from Medea 3.0 that can help improve the NMIs and the legal metrology authorities, and also your economies in general. New ideas and activities, identifying lots and useful activities that have real positive outcomes, no, for APMP and APLMF members. Understanding the needs of developing NMIs, very important. So same knowledge, information, improving the measurement services for APMP and APLMF to support the both SDGs, SDG 8 and SDG 9. More cooperation, activities that can create big impact, lots of interesting activities, relevant activities for the realization of the SDG, something fruitful, come up with a plan. Yeah, here, an indication of how Medea can best support APMP to enable improvements that are important to secure the future of metrology and metrology organizations. Yes, so those are the expectations in terms of what this workshop could hopefully accomplish during the workshop and also after the workshop when you will be implementing the activities. And what do we want to contribute to make the workshop successful is by sharing our experiencing, supporting the agreed upon activities, to drive also the implementation, contributing ideas, enthusiastic interaction and support, to moderate, of course, for the moderators who are here. Time and energy. Yes, all of this requires time and energy. So the rest are similar to the others, being active, good spirit, no? That's great. Asking questions. I think asking questions is also a very important contribution to make sure that you really understand everything. Same as the others, sharing ideas and throwing out some ideas. Yes, I think the others are the same. Yes. So those are our expectations for this event. And hopefully you can fulfill them and nobody is multitasking now such that you cannot concentrate on the workshop. So I would like to suggest everyone to focus on this workshop to be able to really contribute productively and meaningfully in this event. So our workshop schedule is we are behind schedule because we did not start on time. Let's try our best to end on time. The schedule 5 minutes or 20 minutes, depending on the speed of the groups. No? So let's see. If ever, we will extend maybe just 5 minutes or 10 minutes as we didn't start on time. I hope that's fine for everybody. So we now begin with APMP updates to be given to us by the APMP Focus Group Chair for Future Proofing, Dr. Jaria Boyaran. Sorry, I can't pronounce that correctly. Dr. Jaria, please.
Thank you, Camilla, for your kind introduction. So my name is Jaliya. You pronounce it correctly. My family name may be a little bit harder to pronounce. So I will give you a brief summaries of APMP activity. Okay, thank you very much. So in APMP, we haven't had a focus group or the TC that directly related to the activity of the SDG 8 or 9, but we do at the moment have the future proving task force, which is strategic plan. This task force has two strategic objectives by 2023. The first one is to have traceability to the SI unit for relevant fields of maintain and assure. And the second strategic objective is to develop digital transformation for metrology capability in DENS. Next one, please. Okay, and under activity of task force, and also to link with the proposed discussion topic that we will discuss today, you can see the color in green. Those are topics that relevant to the strategic objective 1, which related to SI unit, and the red color. There are many red color. The group that we will discuss today are group 2, group 3, and group 4. And also another one which will not be discussed today is online verification, which has the direct link to the strategic objective on digital transformation. Next slide, please. So with that, my personal recommendation for Medea project activities are based on two topics. The first one is capacity building on digital technology such as blockchain technology, AI technology, cloud computing, 5G data, 3D printing, or robotics. And the second part is the providing infrastructure or platform for experimenting, such as cloud platform, AI platform, or even library code that related to methodological applications. Okay, that's my report. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Jessica. Thank you for providing us the overview of what is also being done in APMP. And now we are going to hear some updates also from APLMF. And the APLMF Working Group Chair for Metrological Control System, Mr. Gu Su, will present to us the APLMF updates. Go ahead, Mr. Su. Have you fixed your audio, Mr. Su? Because earlier we could not hear him. His video was also, he has connection problems, so he will not switch on his video. That's the message I got. Is that correct? Mr. Su, we can't hear you. Let me check if there's a message in the chat. Okay, he will try later. Shall we first have, okay. Are we going to have Katya first or Miss Yangping Nim is saying I can share my microphone. Is that possible? Can you do that? Or should we then go first to Katya's presentation in the interest of time? Okay, are you going to share now and continue with Mr. Su's presentation?
Yes, we can continue with Mr. Su's presentation later, but I would suggest that Osman first presents the best practice example of both organizations.
Oh, sorry, I
And
forgot.
I will finish off with the project later on.
my fault. My fault. So while we are fixing this issue of the audio, we will first have the best practices presentation from the APLMF president, Dr. Osman Zakaria.
Okay, thank you very much, Kamala. So next, okay, these are the best practice from the APMF. I think these are actually the same thing. We use the same example from the previous workshop. I think these are how we can materialize these best practices in for the APMF. Operational. The legal methodology activities. So I think the first one, you can see the the program started from 2002 until 2019 for the training course on patent approval and verification of water meters. This is a good example how you can see the first one. If you can see the first column, these are various activity involved. How is it link the chain of this workshop program? First, including survey, training, and workshop. The second one, develop calibration and procedure, why we need to calibrate, why we need to develop calibration procedures. The third one, we need to develop the guideline, training materials, and training modules. And after that, through this, the first column, we go to the second column. What is the next that we need to link this chain? So we need to do some survey. And also we have Media One program from I think 12 until 14 September 2017, and we have a Media 2. This is a the workshop, and also on the October 2029, and also we have a calibration procedure and testing facilities, and test procedure for patent approval and verification of water meters. And we have a guideline how to develop patent approval procedure. So I think it is very important, the chain of development of our mechanism of procedure to develop. And the next one is APLMF practices in development of training modules. That means the module consists of test procedures and practices. I think it's very important. Part of the process. And the last one, the last column, if you can see the selection of participants, we need to set the criteria. We need to discuss such level of expertise that participants should have and availability of instrumentation. And also the action plan. What is our action plan? So the nominee provide the action plan. So they need to plan properly. For the implementation and lesson learned from the training course. Maybe after 6 months or after 4 months. So the secretary will follow. What is your next action after you attended any training or any discussion on any subject matters. And also engagement with stakeholders. You need to engage with stakeholders and regulators on the policy brief, and also implementation of national level, reach out the government or other stakeholders and make it mandatory and regulated by water for implementation. And the last one is, if you can claim as a site accessory, that means you develop e-learning module that by working group of utimeters for patent approval and verification of water meters. And also all those, procedures are based on the OMR R49, especially I think in Malaysia and Vietnam. So this is one of those, the best practices for APMF. Next. Okay, this result also the best practices as mentioned by our colleague from APMP. I think this also some replicate example from the previous workshop on the APMP, DEC, and PTB metrology in chemistry workshop. I think this already started since 2006 until 2013. So that means it's very important to develop a guideline on establishing a national infrastructure to support good measurement in chemistry or metrology in chemistry. I think this is very good success story from the APMP. On the first column, MIC workshop, our seminars focus on the different subset of economists. I think including initiate of survey in 2006, and after that, economy presentation on stakeholders' need and national capability. For each economy need to present their economy needs, and also expert guidance is very important to ensure it's properly planned. And the number 4 is national action plan drafted by participants based on priority case study. I think this is very important for the MSc workshop, as that means I think already done by the APMP colleague. The second column is a common training identify. We need to common training. What is the training needs? We need to plan, and also courses delivered by DCQM with DCM PTB support. So that way I think we need the expert subject matter to support of our course, and so training for expert, and also from DEC and other colleague within APMP and DC. And the third one is awareness, raising events targeting domestic stakeholders. I think it's very important to have engagement with domestic stakeholders to ensure they are properly understand what's going on the training program. For the last column is the APMP PTB guide, a guide to creating and improving national metrology chemistry infrastructure. So that in short we call the MSc guide with a case study. And also APMP, APLAC MOU 2006, and also APMP Apmp working group 2013. This is the outcome or output, I think, from the previous training program. And the next one is National Needs Survey, Needs Prioritization, MIC Guide. That means a National MC model. Example, in Indonesia, it's a partnership model. They create a partnership model with other stakeholders. And input to National Development Plan budget for MSc facilities is very important. That means to develop in national infrastructure to support the initiative plan. And then creation of National Reference System on Chemical Measurement and Chemical Metrology Laboratory Network Committee. This one is a good example in Thailand, how they have a good networking for Chemical Metrology Laboratory Network. Next is creation of Field MSTQ. This example in Philippines, they create a National Stakeholder Committee coordinated by NMI. And the last one is a staff capability development. Example training, second training, MPT comparison. I think this is a good example for both. I think two the best practices from the APMF and APMP. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Osman. And he gave us a very wonderful overview again of what best practices have already been done way back since 2006. And hopefully we could develop more best practices and also even replicate some of those if they are applicable in the current Medea 3.0. Gu actually said that he is moving to the room of Ada.
Yes, can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so now let's hear some APLMF updates.
Yes, can you share my presence?
You can share screen, whoever.
No. Can you use my slides? I cannot share it from here.
Who has a copy of your slides?
I will be sharing it soon.
All right.
just a reminder to everybody, please
Okay.
mute.
Good morning,
your-
good afternoon,
Okay.
everyone. Okay, can I start? Okay, it's very glad to see you all. I wish you are staying safe and well. I want to express my thanks to Dr. Osman, APLMF president, who gave me the opportunity to speak on behalf of APLMF, and thanks to him and Nick, APLMF secretary, for assisting me to refine my report. So as you all know, quality infrastructure plays a fundamental role in the development of infrastructure, which leads the way of promote industrialization and ensure the sustainable economic growth. However, we also need to know that the legal metrology plays the fundamental role in the quality infrastructure. The APLMF mission is promotion of free and open trade and removal TBT through harmonization of regulations. So it is strongly related to SDG 8, which mainly talk about sustainable economic growth. The APLMF purpose is to build capacity of legal metrology authority, thus to boost economy. So that is strongly related to SDG 8 and SDG 9, which mainly talks about strengthen infrastructure. One of the APLMF key objectives is to supporting capacity building through training. So it is strongly connected to SDG 8.6 and 8.B, which mainly talks about education and the employment for youth. Next page, please. Before this meeting, APLMF working groups, the president and the secretary has worked together to develop a solid working group plan for media projects for the next few years. As you may find on the screen, I have classified the proposals into these four. First is to implementing the new OML D1 national metrology system, thus to review the current structure of each economies and to find out the best way to use OML D1 as a tool to strengthen internal metrology system. It is related to SDG 9 and goals ABC. A second is we have made a future plans to develop e-learning modules step by step for all users who may interest. For example, the prepackaged goods and OML CS are on the pipeline. Thirdly, we are organizing training events for the participants like trainers or senior engineers according to members' needs. Last is we will explore the scholarship opportunities for future leaders in the field of metrology. This is strongly related to SDG 8.B. So next page, please. I would like to take this opportunity to thank my very close friend, Dr. Peter Rubik, who inspired me to draw this chart and describe of the new OML D1. In the future, I would like to invite all of you to help me to refine this chart. In this chart, you may find the Central Metrology Authority plays the most important role, who needs to coordinate with the global organization and the national institutions, also with local authorities, in order to carry out all activities in the field of metrology. So I recommend all participants, especially from the Central Metrology Authorities, to go through this chart and find out the best way to strengthen the internal infrastructure and the basis for boost economy and social benefit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gu Su.
现在咱要说话的话，他能听见来吗？但是他听不见。是吗？你之前有别的电脑接着呢吗？试一下，试一下。
Gu just provided us with a perspective on what has been happening in APLMF, which is related to SDG 8 and 9, which is very important for our workshop now. Thank you very much for that, Gu. Su.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, and thank you to your colleagues who helped sort out the problem.
Thank
so
you.
In the end, we made it. So now let us welcome again Ms. Katya Lamich, the project coordinator for Medea, to help us understand what the Medea 3.0 is about. And Katya, if you noticed earlier, between 85 to 95% of our participants did not attend the previous 2 workshops. So they will really need this information.
Yes, that's right. I also was kind of pleased to see that, because then I don't repeat myself too much, and not too many people might get bothered of hearing this presentation all over again. So let me start with introducing you to our Medea 3 project, Metrology Enabling Developing Economies in Asia. Right. In fact, the Medea project has been around already for a while. This is why this is our third Medea project phase. It is again a joint project by APMP, APLMF, and PTB, and it is again funded by the Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development in Germany with 1.2 million euro for the next 3 years, so until April 2024. The project will cover very different areas, and we will conduct very different activities, but all of these activities should contribute to our project goal or our Medea objective. And this objective is that selected metrology systems in developing economies in the Asia Pacific are increasingly supporting the implementation of national priorities of the 2030 agenda and COVID-19 response measures. This is a very long sentence, and you see that the focus is on developing economies. The focus is on the sustainable development goals, the SDGs of the 2030 agenda, and the focus is also on the COVID-19 response measures. In terms of the SDGs, we will pay particular attention at. We start with SDG 3 health and SDG 6 water. Here we had already our first 2 planning workshops earlier this year. And of course, we are going to focus on SDG 8 and 9. Everything will be about SDG 8 and 9 today. That's economic growth, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. And basically, what we want to achieve today is something similar like this. Here, I show you just that you get an idea already what you're asked to do later on. Here, I'm showing you our results of the last planning workshop, which focused on water. On the left and on the right, you see defined activities in the area of water. And in the front, colored in yellow, you see the outcome of our last workshop. These are all the activities that got jointly defined and prepared with all the participants together. So this was a very good outcome, and we try to achieve something similar like this with your help today. But before we go into the breakout group discussions, it's of course important for you to understand how the project is actually structured and what we want to achieve, so that you know what you should pay particular attention at later on during these discussions. So here you see the overview of our project, the results matrix, the structure. On the very bottom, there are our outputs, and we have in total 3 outputs shown in red, in blue, as well as in green. And these outputs are what we want to produce by the end of the project. So we start with output 1. And here everything is related to the organizational systems of APMP and APLMF. The project wants to support APMP and APLMF in improving its capacity development to support their members, which are you. And that's what we can do by producing knowledge products. In fact, 13 knowledge products. A knowledge product could be a calibration guideline, a guideline, testing procedures, webinars, or also the recording of a technical training or the guideline based on a technical training. So basically everything what helps us to sustain the knowledge which we gained during the trainings, during technical trainings. Everything which helps us to pass on our knowledge to colleagues, to other economies and other APMP and APLMF members. We can also achieve our output by helping APMP and APMF to achieve their performance indicators. So both organizations, as you probably know, have their strategic plans. They also have their work plans, and in these work plans are all the activities defined which APMP and APLMF want to conduct over the next years. And there are also the indicators defined to measure the success of these activities. So the project could support the activities of APMP and APLMF as long as they are, of course, aligned with the project objective and contribute to the overall objective of the project. All in all, these two activities contribute to our outcome. So the outcome is always the achievement that occurs based on our activities. So based on producing these knowledge products, sharing our knowledge, our experience, based on supporting APMP and APLMF in conducting specific trainings, we want to achieve that 5 developing economy members improve their score in pillar 3 and 4 of the Rapid Diagnostic Toolkit, which was developed by the World Bank together with PTB. This is a tool which helps meteorological institutes to monitor their own development over time. And this is a tool which we will apply once a year, so 3 times during the entire project cycle. And here it's important to mention that the application of this toolkit is a precondition for developing economies in order to be able to attend trainings organized by the project. So this is very important. Then when we move to our second output, here everything is about awareness rising. As we know already, sometimes it is not enough to have very good technical skills, to have the right technique, to have to offer good measurement service. It's also extremely important to be able to communicate successfully with government decision makers or other stakeholders in order to make them aware of the contribution of our measurement services, right? As long as they don't know what we can offer, it's very difficult to offer them what they need, or as long as we also don't need, not know what they need, it's for us difficult to offer the right services. So we want to make government decision makers and other stakeholders familiar with the contribution of meteorological services and systems. And that's what we can do by jointly producing policy briefs or policy guidelines, which highlight the contribution of our services. We also can do that by producing jointly success stories, highlighting the benefits of our services. And overall, we want to jointly develop 3 regional guidelines that can be shared in the region, in the Asia-Pacific region, and belong the economies in order to make government decision makers familiar with measurement services. The next and last area of activity is related to technical capabilities and leadership capabilities. The technical capabilities are probably also of most interest to many of you. Here it is about to develop capabilities and strategies that again support us in reaching certain SDGs like SDG 8 and 9, economic growth, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Once you will attend a technical training, you will be asked to implement also an action plan. This action plan defines what you actually want to achieve during that training, and it also defines how you plan to pass on the knowledge after that training. More related to leadership capabilities is that we want to set the priorities together with you, that you set the priorities. Which measurement services do you want to develop in the future? Where do you want to improve? So once we know which priorities you have, and once you also attend the technical trainings, we can contribute to our outcome, which is that 5 national meteorological systems offer improved or offer entirely new meteorology services. And I think this will be a very nice a very nice result of our project once we can do that. Now, what are my personal recommendations for the Medea project activities? That's very difficult to start with because we will cover very different areas, but I think it would be very good to be aware at the very beginning how the contribution of metrology services actually can look like. And therefore, it would be good to prepare a joint guiding document at the very beginning on how metrology can actually contribute to economic growth. How can it contribute to industry, innovation, and infrastructure, that we are also aware about this. And this is more related to the content level. The second recommendation I have is that we should be aware about the stakeholders that are important to us. So we should identify the stakeholders, we should identify their needs, and also prepare a joint guiding document on how to successfully reach out to each of these stakeholders and how to communicate with them. And all of this together ensures that our member institutes are able to successfully address the stakeholders and decision makers and illustrate the importance of measurement services to specific SDGs like SDG 8 and 9. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Katia Lamich, for providing us a very comprehensive overview of the project. And as you go along in this project, hopefully, if you are active participants, you get even a better understanding of the project. And I think it's time now for our group photo. So I will stop sharing the screen, and then we are going to invite everybody to please switch on your video, and you have to hold your smile because we don't know in which panel you will be. So since we are a big group, there will be 3 panels, and therefore don't, stop smiling, and we will tell you when to stop smiling. So Anne and I will try to take photos so that we will have good photos, and we have 2 sets of photos and we can select the best one. Okay, so page 1, everybody smile, but I don't know who's on page 1, so everybody should smile because okay, smile. Hold your smile, page 2. Switch on your video. For those who didn't switch on your video yet, smile. Page 3, switch on your video. Just hold your smile because I don't know who's on page 1 or page 2. It may look different here from your screen. Okay. Let me take one more round again, starting from page 1, just to be sure. Wait, somebody is on the always disconnected. Let me start one more time. Page 1, smile. Page 2, one more. Don't switch off your video yet. And then last but not least, okay, thank you very much. So with that, we are going to have a 5-minute break before we embark on the small group workshop, because that will take a long time. This is the best time to have a break. Time check, I have 1:58 or 1:58 and 40 seconds. That's almost 1:59. So let's be back at 2:04. And we will play some music, Anne, with the timer so that everybody comes back at the right time. It's okay, somebody's webcam is broken and could not sadly join the photo. That's fine. Next time, you can join us. So enjoy your break. You can just stay on. Please don't leave the meeting. You can just switch off your audio and also your video, but stay in the meeting, please. And do a screen break to be kind to your eyes, and do some stretching and walking around. See you later.
喂。来，我声音太大了。Hello。对。
Welcome everyone, welcome back. May I request you to give me a thumbs up or any emoji to indicate that you're back, especially those who did not switch on their video, then I could not see who is back. So there I see a lot of thumbs up already, but most of you are not yet here, I noticed also. For those who just joined, please give me a thumbs up, or you could type in the chat, I'm back. Just to give me an idea how many are already in the session.
I'm here.
Oh, somebody is giving me a kiss there. Michael. Okay, so I think is our friend from Korea, for example, Kanyo, are you there? Or Grace from Kenya? I don't see some of our colleagues yet. From Vietnam, Min Nguyen, are you there? From Singapore, Sue?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Okay, I think most of us are back, but it's important that everybody's here because I will be giving the instructions for the breakout session. So for our breakout session, first things first, we will be requesting the facilitators. You have a copy of the list of participants in your group Google Sheet. Later, when we go to the breakout rooms, and if it will not be automatic, some will not be brought to the room, you could also help us move the other participants to your room. Unless you are automatically brought to your room, I can also do it together with Katya and Anne. So welcome back, everyone. We have 5 topics. This was originally 7, and the way this was decided was a joint. This was a joint decision between APLMF and APMP, and of course with PTB also. And they had a long list, and then it was brought down to 5 groups. And the first group will tackle the topic on improving or strengthening competencies in metrology using online platforms or blended learning. So that's the topic for the first group, with Sharon Yafa as the facilitator. Sharon, you can say hello. And the other group, group 2, will be tackling the topic software verification. data quality, big data analytics, and data security. Facilitators are Victoria, Haslina, and Nick. For group 3, this is all about automation, online and remote calibration, smart sensors. Jaria and Greg will be leading this group. Group 4 is tackling the topic of resilience, no? Metrology and enhancing resilience of global supply chains, especially now there's a lot of disruptions in terms especially of exporting goods from our manufacturing sector. And so this is really all about resilience and the role of metrology there. And for group, the facilitators there are Yoshi, Gufron, and Osman. And for group 5, the facilitators are Angela and Ada, and they will be tackling the topic economic sustainability of metrology institutes and bodies, which is also very important because without the sustainability of our NMIs and our legal metrology authorities, then we cannot continue to provide the services to your clients or to those who need metrologic measurement services. And our group members were selected. This was not a process of selection by the organizers, but rather self-selection. So you chose yourself during registration which group to join. However, since we reduced the number of topics, we had to rearrange somehow, and maybe you will find yourself in another group. That's the reason for that. Is because we reduced the number of topics from 7 to 5, but also we did not we actually combined also some topics into, like group 2 is a combination of 2 topics. So those participants who opted, for example, the topic on software, verification, they are now joined with the online and remote sensing group. Let me just then share the list of participants again so that you could hear. So there, please take note of your group where you are. I'll just share this briefly so you could see. So group 1 and group 2 members, if your name is not there, then for sure you are in 3, 4, and 5. But if you are not registered, I noticed that some of us joined, but they were not in the original list. Then when we break out into the rooms, you should tell us which group you want to join. But we note, you now please note that, for example, group 1 has a lot of participants already, and also group 3. So we would encourage you to join group 2 and group 4 or group 5, which has the least number of participants. But of course, it's not good to join a topic that you're not interested in. So I guess at this point, it's time, it's okay if you will choose, if you were not able to pre-register, because we have more number of participants than I actually saw in the list. So those are the members for group 3 and 4. Take note of your group number. And then for group 5, we have the fewest number, but this is a very important topic, economic sustainability of metrology institutes. So those are the 5 members of group 5. So again, let me just show again the members for group 3 and 4. And for group 1 and 2, those are the members. Let me go back first to my instructions in my PowerPoint. And so I will share the link to the document in a while. The total time we initially thought of is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So let's see, because we have some delays, but this is really very important that we spend a good deal of time in the small group session. Each group has a Google Sheet. I will share the Google Sheet links in a while. So this is the time for brainstorming. So you have to brainstorm ideas, deliberate, and then agree. but nothing is final. The output of this workshop is not final because the Medea 3.0 project coordination committee will actually put together all the ideas from the health, the water, the SDG 8 and 9 workshop outputs, and then they will see which ones will really help achieve the objectives of Medea 3.0, which activities will then be funded by the project. But it is important that we participate because the final set of activities that Medea will support will of course have to come from you. Who else? It's just that you can't include everything there. So that's why opening up divergent thinking, no? Brainstorming is very important. So during the breakout session, some of you will be automatically brought to your breakout session. If this does not work, because in Zoom it only works when you use the account when we uploaded all your emails. It should be the email link to your Zoom account, but some of us don't even have a Zoom account. So maybe we have to move you to the group manually by putting you there, or you can just click join button for those whom this will work. Beside the group name, if you belong to group 1, group 2, group 3, when you point your cursor or your mouse beside the group name, the word join will appear, and then you just click join if that is your group. If you are lost and you find yourself in the wrong breakout session, please leave the breakout room and go back to the main session, and someone will assist you there. Anne will be there. Click only the leave breakout room, this one in blue, and not the leave meeting, because then you are leaving the entire Zoom meeting. In case you are, so let me now share also the links to the group, the Google Sheet. I'm sharing now on the chat room so you could access all the. Please check your chat room. Every group has the link there. Group 1, group 2, group 3, and I'm going to show now one of the examples and walk you through one example. So I'm now in group 1 sheet. If you click on the chat, you will be in your group's Google Sheet. In this Google Sheet, this is for the group 1, ensure competencies in metrology are developed via the online courses. Now, if you noticed in each sheet, there is actually a results, row 5 here. Those are the Medea 3 project results. There are 3 main results per component: result 1, result 2, result 3. And each of these components of the project has indicators. Like, for example, for result 1, capacity development for supporting of its members has improved in both organizations, APMP and APLMF. And the indicators there are 30 knowledge products, webinars, e-learning, calibration guidelines, testing procedures, and the like will be produced, and 10 performance indicators of the 2 organizations. Or, for example, in result 2, the indicators are 6 policy briefs or guidelines and 8 success stories. Now, it's important that when you brainstorm the activities, that you look at these indicators, because at the end of the day, the project evaluators will come and they will say, where are your 30 knowledge products? Where are your 6 policy briefs, right? So it's not all training, right? Which is what we are used to in our organizations. We like all these trainings, we attend so many trainings, and so the activities are mostly trainings, but there are other things that could be done also to strengthen the APLMF and the APMP, and more importantly, the NMIs and the legal metrology authorities. So how do we proceed with this workshop? First, the facilitators will let you focus the topic, because the topic can be very big, no? So ensuring the competencies in metrology via online courses, you could discuss so many things. So the first one is to define the focus. So focus with regard to the topic, ensuring that methodology competencies are developed via online courses. What is the need that we want to address in the developing economy? So maybe, for example, the need that you want to address is that you will have competent staff at the end of the day, that your staff will learn how to use online learning modality applications, for example, no? So maybe those are the needs of the developing economy. So you first have to focus and define what that is. If you notice, I typed here, so you could also type your response. I'm just showing you live now how this Google Sheet works. So once you have actually focused the topic by defining the needs of the developing economy, the next thing you will do is proceed to step 2. And step 2 is brainstorming main activities that will address the needs on column B that you have identified. So for example, you have a list of 10 needs here. So what do you think are main activities that can address these needs? So it could be a training on how to conduct online, use of online applications or learning platforms, no? Just as an example, no? Competency development. I'm just thinking from the top of my head. So maybe you want to enhance the skills of metrology staff on this. There's so many things you can do, no? So once you have identified main activities, you don't have to identify all the 5 or 6. You can start with 1 or 2 and then go horizontally. Then you have to answer step 3, 4, 5. These 3 are very important. Why? Because this will zero in on really pinning down on what do we really want to get out of the main activities. That's step 3. What are the concrete outputs? If we will have all this capacity building on using online applications or learning platforms for competency development, what are the concrete outputs of this? So you might have already skilled or competent staff who could really deliver online courses, no? So just as an example, no? Or whatever are the concrete outputs of this. So if you have many outputs here, how will these outputs, who will benefit from the use of these outputs in your respective economies? So maybe the ones who will benefit from the outputs of this main activity in your respective economies are, it could also be the academic institutions who might like to tap you as resource persons, no? Your own NMI might you might be able to build your name as a reputable institution, as a reputable institution who could offer online courses for online courses, So maybe those are how you will benefit. If you have a reputable institution, maybe you could sell your services more, market the services of NMI. No, yeah, there, somebody is already answering with me. So I'm just showing you an example, no? And then here, step 5 is identify the support needed to make the output have a desired impact. Because sometimes you want to conduct this activity, you have all these beautiful outputs, but you don't get the support when you go back to your organization. We can conduct and have another 2 million Medea 4 project, for example, and yet nothing happened in the NMI because you were not given the support. So maybe you will need funding for developing the webinars from your bosses, no? Maybe you will need a more open-minded managers who wants to explore other learning modalities, open to other learning modalities, no? So write down what support will be needed for these outputs to become useful and beneficial in your economies. Now, step 3, 4, and 5 are very important because it will widen our perspective when it comes to identifying specific activities and the target participants. So for example, knowing that you might need funding, you might need open-minded managers so that you can explore other learning modalities, not just face-to-face. Who might be target participants? Well, the managers. But if the managers are target participants, what sort of activities do you want? Maybe you will need an orientation, orientation for managers on varied learning platforms, whatever. I'm just thinking from the top of my head, or blended learning, whatever. So this is specifically for managers so that they will support such an endeavor. And maybe you will need to develop webinars. First, you need the train the trainer, no? So you think of specific activities, no? So this is the main activity on step 2. Now, step 6 is trying to think, considering step 3, 4, and 5, what could be the more specific activities that will fall under or that will be connected to this developing the competency for using online learning platforms or blended learning, for example. So maybe you need to design a train the trainer program. Maybe you need to whatever. So there could be many activities here that I myself can think of, but you have to think of that for yourself. Now, this is the time when you have to think about the Medea indicators. Knowledge products, webinars, e-learning, calibration guidelines, whatever, policy briefs, no? So maybe you might want to develop a guideline, how to conduct, for example, whatever, how to conduct online learning, etc., for metrology technical people, no? Online learning events for metrology technical staff. You see, I already thought of some activities for this group. Oh my God, it's an advantage for them. But I will delete that because this is the actual thing now. So, and then you have to think who will be the target participants. Once you have done the step 3, 4, 5, and 6, then you can also think more broadly on target participants. It's not always the people in the laboratory, no? It could be the managers. It could also be your clients. Maybe you want to involve SMEs, no? SMEs staff who might benefit from attending your hands-on or train the trainer program on how to develop webinars, for example. I don't know. It depends on what your answers are in the previous steps. So next is step 8, step 9, and step 10 are more on who will be the possible lead for this, to design this orientation for managers. So you should identify here the institution, let's say NIMT, and it will be Sharon Yafa. So name of institution, name of person, if you could. Who will be the potential collaboration? Maybe NIM, China, no? And collaborating will be Ada, just as an example. Don't object, Ada, for now. And then who will be the potential host? Okay, since Sharon will be taking the lead, maybe NIMT would like to be the host. Well, it could also be NMIA in Australia, no? We don't know. You have to discuss that. But don't stress yourself if you cannot finish everything up to step 10. Because if you are identifying 6 activities, that's a lot. The most important thing is you finish up to step 7. Because anyway, the coordination committee can actually also ask around and send and circulate who could be a possible lead, who could be possible collaborators, who could be a potential host. It's important to finish up to step 7 and to really brainstorm and to broaden the perspective as to who will be the target participants and what type of specific activities will you conduct that will meet the Medea indicators. So once you've done with one activity horizontally, then proceed with main activity 2, main activity 3, up to 5. Or if you have 6, that's great. I hope that is clear. And then we should now start the session soon. Somebody told me, please don't delete your responses. Okay, I will not delete it for this group. You can rearrange them later. You can delete it on your own. That's group 1 example. So in the interest of time, I think I have to stop now. And we have to really get going. We can now open the rooms. I will help you in case people are lost.
So, yeah, I think maybe everybody understand the what we need to do. Yes. So probably I think we go straight to our group 4. Yes.
Are we all here now?
I think we have around 12, is it? 12 or 15? 1, 2,
we need to check.
maybe another 2 minutes. Yeah, we're just waiting. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe I just try to open the exit worksheet.
Yes. We should have 10, yeah? 10 participants.
Yeah, 10 participants.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, 10. But is it the correct person or not? So first, no, where is no?
Everybody got the Excel?
Can you share the name of the have you shared anything?
Already shared. Can you see?
Anybody can see it?
Not yet, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. So copy the link, is it?
You click.
Yeah.
Yeah, you open the link first and then click the share screen. Oh, mati lagi dek.
I think already shared.
Have you opened the link?
Okay, hold on. Where's the share?
And you? So should I do it?
I just
should I do
okay.
it?
Okay.
Can you do it?
Okay. Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I can see.
No,
yes. Okay, I think I think already explained I think earlier. I just try to just okay.
Can you make sure first everybody is here? I mean the correct person.
Pardon?
Can you make sure everybody is here?
I think we have how many is under our group?
Have 11 people. Okay.
10 person.
10, 9, 11 people. We have
11.
Yeah.
Abdullah here. Abdullah, yeah, here. Yeah. So first.
11.
So first.
Go front. Go so.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, okay. So there. Nur from Egypt. No.
Not fine.
Kelly.
Kelly here.
Mongolia, yes. Mangal by Galma, is it?
Yeah.
Philippine, Michael,
Yes.
Agrawal.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. Thailand, Rongsia.
Yes, she's here.
Okay.
So only one from Egypt now.
Maybe we can start.
Yeah, please.
Because we have limited time.
Yes, we can start.
So I think we can understand, the rules provide input to this sheet or I think this is very important, as mentioned by Camilla. That means we need to, I think everybody can fill up. I think not just one person. I think maybe we have a different column or different, output to check the first on the for the methodology enhanced resilience of global supply chain. I think this is very important issue and export activities. So what is the focus? First that we need to define enhancing resilience of global supply chain manufacturing and export activities. What is the needs? I think this is very important. Probably, I think maybe we need to list out what is the most important, what is very needed for a country, whether for APLMF or probably I think we go for the needs first, our focus area of focus, important issue. I open to all members. Any ideas, any input?
You could also type on the sheet, huh? Feel free to type in the sheet.
You can type directly.
You can type. Yes.
Everybody can type.
Yeah. Please be conscious that if you see that there is a red or blue or whatever color around the cell, somebody is typing there.
Okay.
Please do not overlap. Do not overlap. Because you might delete the work of another person.
Thank you, Camilla.
Okay.
Okay, every members can put. I think maybe we should start from the needs first. I think easier. If we in backwards, it's quite difficult.
Policy and enhancing resilience of global supply chain.
Why? I think in order to get a resilience for global supply chain, because sometimes we try to avoid any dispute. So that means product is one rejected example. So what is the need? That means to avoid any product rejection or whatever. So this is one example.
I will write, huh?
Okay, thank you.
Can I see my?
I just to give some idea.
Yeah, I propose methodology for transaction and maybe certification.
Okay, recognition. Certification.
Yeah, methodology for transaction. It's the main purpose of legal methodology, isn't it?
Yeah, for APMP, I think maybe
yeah, maybe traceability for APMP.
Yeah, traceability or mutual recognition, mutual.
Yeah, most important one.
Yeah, maybe mutual. Yeah, testing etc. everywhere. Yeah, mutual arrangement.
Try to.
Yeah, mutual recognition. It's also important.
Agreement or arrangement? Agreement.
Yeah, agreement.
Agreement.
MRA.
Or maybe OML certificate.
Yeah, OML certificate.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody writing? Okay, yeah, you can write.
Yeah.
OML certification system.
Certification system.
Yeah, system.
do we think that our industries already fully understand about the importance of traceability?
Yeah, maybe it said is the need measurement traceability, meteorological traceability.
Yeah, I mean the industry, do they fully understand?
No, I think maybe not maybe a few of them they understand.
Okay, so I think that is
they said procedure.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe method traceability.
To awareness,
yeah, awareness. Yes, I think maybe so later on.
You're saying that awareness methodology.
Hey, I want to add also something. Metrology for green technologies, because resilience in the time of climate change for green technologies, right? Now with the rising problem of climate change, no? That's part of resilience.
Yes, I agree that metrology for
mitigation measures. Here, I write now metrology for green technologies to address climate change, adaptation and mitigation measures. I wrote in
green package or green packaging.
Yeah. So I wrote on row 21.
Yeah. Okay. And that's maybe instead what I mean sustainability. What I mean into what I mean not what I mean they need maybe a green product, not chemical. Something they need a very green What they call is a sustainability development goal based on subject.
Actually, part of resilience is ICT, information.
Yeah.
It is also needed.
So maybe because you are, although there's another topic, there's another group tackling software verification online like that, but I think part of resilience is really strengthening the capacity, the ICT of meteorological institutes and legal authorities. So maybe can somebody type that?
Can we also write metrology for in the new normal condition we have a lot of problem with the health. So we can say that say new normal condition we have we need a metrology for health related issues.
Metrology for health.
On health.
Yes. Especially like the mask testing, air purifier testing, and also many guards we use in these days.
Okay, actually that was already tackled in the health workshop. Osman, was it?
Okay.
I mean maybe he mentioned about the that one is more on a device, but this one on the materials, I think.
Yes.
Okay, but just write it down. It's brainstorming.
Safety,
anyway.
Safety.
Just
maybe
write it down. Write it down.
Maybe they mentioned about nano. Saves nano example.
Somebody deleted my work.
Which one?
We can write metrology for health guard.
Somebody deleted my work. Okay, please do not overlap with somebody. Okay, go ahead.
Metrology for health guards.
Metrology for health.
Health guard.
Guards.
Oh, health guard. Okay.
Health guards.
Metrology on health, is it?
Okay. I think you should now stop with identifying the focus. So you begin now with main activities to manage your time.
Okay.
Next step.
Yeah. You could still add later on the focus, but maybe you might run out of time. So you should be now on step 2. Yeah. I will leave you. I think you are doing very well. And there are 3 facilitators here. See you later. I'll check the other groups.
Okay. So in order to address, for the column B, so we need to say what is the activities on the column B.
Shall we talk about outputs now? Outputs?
Right?
Main activity.
Yeah. Okay, column B.
Address,
B.
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 Yeah.
Yeah,
So
B
they mean,
finish.
yeah.
D. Isn't it? Shall we discuss
Yeah,
about
column
D?
C. Yeah, you type it on column C.
Column C. Yeah, column C. Yes.
Column, yeah, C. Sorry, C.
C.
So what is the main activity?
Main activity. Oh.
Maybe training or maybe
Training or workshop. Or seminar.
On what?
Maybe first, maybe workshop.
Yeah, workshop. Yes.
Workshop, seminar.
Maybe online, I think.
Yeah, maybe online.
Online, yeah. Online workshop.
How about survey?
Yeah. Oh, survey is also important, I think. Agree.
Okay, what is other to address? I mean, like maybe
main activity.
Anyone typing anything?
Yeah, maybe next you can this one of first
Okay. Workshop. What is the top? No. We should. I think survey should be on the second activity, not on the same activity as workshop.
I think the second maybe other than workshop. Maybe
Yeah, it
maybe
can be
different activity.
Yeah.
So let me. So if everyone survey should be the second activity, yeah.
Maybe you can refer to the left one on the needs. Example, major for green, calibration need. So we can do through the workshop or other platform.
Technology for green technologies.
Yeah, I propose providing guide document. Such a if some document is needed.
You mean guide document?
Yeah, guide document. Yeah.
It's metrology health safety guard. Guard means GAURD. This one.
Okay. So I mean, we need to develop, or I mean, we need to develop line.
Develop guide. Yeah.
Develop a guide.
Yeah. It covers all issues. I think.
Guideline.
A guideline. Yeah.
I think
activity number 3.
I hope there is a cover both lah, whether it's a medical or anything else.
And Mika of Philippines proposed the assessments on the chat. Yeah, I think assessment is also important activity.
So you mean the third activity?
Yeah, assessment.
Third activity.
Yeah.
That is from survey.
This is the follow-up
assessment. You can do
activities.
using
Assessment. Yeah, need assessment report. He said.
Assessment report.
Yeah.
Third.
This is usually the final activity. After finishing everything, we need assessment.
Assessment report.
Yeah, assessment report. Yes.
That is not. Wait. Assessment report.
Assessment. Yeah. Before
assessment. Yeah.
Evaluation or assessment.
Yeah, evaluation assessment.
Assessment. You can do it by. Can you do it by using survey first? You carry out the survey and then assess the need.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're correct. You can do the survey, but then you need to do an assessment of the survey.
Yeah.
Get a conclusion. Then with that conclusion, you get the report which other economists can learn from on what the situation is in the region and country. And they can learn from.
So what is the main activity?
Development of a survey and the development of an assessment report. I think that's and that would be one of the 30 knowledge products.
Probably we need to do some auditing or I mean whatever before the assessment.
Okay, so I think auditing is already part of the assessment, I think.
So on activity number 2, I will write an assessment.
Okay, you can type assessment. You mean the second one?
Main activity, yeah. Number 2.
Number 2, Number 2 is a survey and need assessment.
Yeah, survey and assessment. Yeah.
Okay. Like
this? Yeah, I think they could go together. The survey and need assessment can go together.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody already typed.
No. Okay. Then what else?
Excuse me, please. Share implement before assignment.
Implementation. Yeah.
Yep. What do you think for that?
You mean for the
main activity too?
Okay.
Yeah.
Implementation of?
Yep. Survey and need implement and assessment.
Implement.
She means that the implementation is necessary before assessment, of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean like that.
Yeah, most important part is implementation of activity. Yeah.
I think maybe for the third one, is it? Identify concrete output.
Yeah.
So this is the implementation.
Okay. It means the implementation.
Because this one is the second column is more on the identify main activity that can respond to the needs. So they say, so we want to do a survey. So what is the output of the survey and need assessment?
It's okay.
Maybe we can put implementation something.
Okay.
Later.
Column D is the output from the activity, yeah?
Yeah, from C.
Yeah, from C. So if we do the survey, what we will get from the survey?
Yeah.
If we do the assessment of need, what we will get?
Yeah.
Assessment report maybe.
So report of?
Yeah, report of assessment.
Report on what? Assessment report on?
Report of assessment. Yeah. Report of survey and assessment report.
Okay. On the needs, yeah? On the needs.
Yeah, on the needs, yeah.
And report.
Report on the needs.
The need of NMI or what? Yeah. Of economy, yeah?
Of economy.
Something like this? Oh, okay.
Next. What are the concrete output of activity other than survey? So that means we can what's the gaps? Maybe we can analyze the gap.
Identify the gap, yeah? Identify
the gap.
Yeah. Gap identification, yeah. Is it? Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
How about activity number 1? Can someone write something?
Somebody can type. Workshop online. So does it mean conduct the workshop?
This is the output of workshop, isn't it? Yeah, it means report.
Maybe the result.
Report of workshop. Final report workshop.
Maybe we can compile the exact data, the correct data. Compilation, maybe example, compiling
the outputs or results.
Actual data. So we can beside that, I think through the workshop, online seminar, maybe the subcycle analysis, or you know. What is the rest of, I mean, of the output or outcome of the activity?
Probably we need intercomparison studies and you know, pilot studies, PT studies, something like that.
Maybe in the, I mean, training design, how we.
Yes, training and some guide documents.
Training design or guide document.
And also intercomparison studies. Intercomparison studies also needed.
We are doing what workshop, yeah? Seminar. What is the output of a seminar? Training design.
Workshops, yes, workshop seminars.
Compilation of actual data. Data of what? What kind of data is it? We can get from workshop.
Maybe through the, I mean, the from the participants.
Data of what kind of data we want to get from workshop, from seminar?
Maybe the correct, what I mean, needs. What I mean, needs. Maybe they have a different needs from different participants or economists.
The needs we will get it from the survey, isn't it? From activity number 2, from the survey we will get the needs. Is it correct?
Yeah. This one way, yeah.
So from workshop we will not get data. No, I don't think so.
Maybe into our competitiveness, or I mean, maybe develop competency.
Yeah, if we have seminar, then maybe we will increase knowledge. We will increase awareness, something like that.
Develop their competency, or I mean, their knowledge.
Yeah.
Developing.
Yeah, develop or increase knowledge.
Developing
awareness. Yeah.
Knowledge. And competency, I think.
Yes. Because during workshop usually we share something,
Yeah, competencies, and we train.
Yeah, what we will achieve is a better knowledge, understanding, or competencies. Yeah. How about number 2? Guide. I thought we have activity number 3 on developing guide. Is it number 3? Oh, assessment.
The one, I think maybe the second one. No,
yeah. Okay. I think someone mentioned before about developing a guide.
Approve. I mentioned
this one should be number 3. This I think should be number 3 guide.
Okay. Let me.
I think we cancel this one.
Development of guide.
Guide. I think maybe the third one. I think.
Okay, I already typed on main activity. Number 3. So the output, this training design or guide document should be for number 3, yeah?
Number 3, yeah. At least we can establish this like guidance. I think, yeah, it's comprehensive.
Move into number 3, yeah? Oops.
Or maybe workshop, online seminar, or training. I don't know. Maybe the training as well, is it? The title?
Sorry.
The main activity number 1. Training as well.
Yeah, we can add training. Yes.
Oh, number 1, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 1 is, I think, workshop or training, yeah, or seminar. Yeah.
Online seminar or training.
Yeah.
So the rest, I think.
Yeah, for training, we can add online training materials. Online training.
I mean e-learning, e-training.
E-learning materials. Yes.
E-learning materials.
E-learning materials. Is the important output. Yes.
Oh, from e-learning material. E-learning material is output from the training, or you need the material for the training? Is it input or output?
Yeah, it could be both. Yeah, no, it is important input, but also become input, output. Right? So after the training, it will be improved.
So maybe we can put it on activity number 3 actually.
Yeah. Should be under guidance.
Okay. Guidance. Yeah, guidance.
I think guidance. We are more confident
with guidance.
Yes. Guidance.
Yeah, okay. I will delete this.
I think not very easy to develop e-learning.
Yes.
We need to have more information, maybe some practical, maybe into a video.
Training material, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Guide. I forgot to type the first one. Guide something. I forgot that. Guide.
How about the trainers, the training? I mean, the trainees train. That means we need to have qualified trainer. But I mean, trainers.
Yeah, training is most important.
Yeah. Yes. Expert. Oh, I mean, experienced person. Yeah.
It is not output. It is the input.
Is it output?
Yeah, input.
Input. Oh yeah.
Necessary before training.
So that means do we need to have a pool of resource persons, something like that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they are resource person.
Okay.
Yeah, human.
Can we do it in the survey? Can we do it in the survey, or we need to create another activity number 4, or we can put, or can we put it in activity number 2? So,
or maybe we call it train the trainers.
Trainer course.
TOT, yeah.
Training the trainer course.
Yes.
Okay. That means to make it clear, maybe we need to put it in another activity, yeah, because it is special training, yeah.
Yeah. Which one? And the
activity number 4.
Yeah, probably.
Is it? Anybody agree? TOT, yeah.
Okay, other colleague, you can give some ideas. Training of trainers.
Training for trainers. What was the output again? Capable trainer, yeah?
Yeah, because sometimes trainer is very effective. Because maybe we just, let's say 2 weeks, we have training, and after that they're going back to their own country, they train other people. Maybe both theory and practical.
So it means enhance skillness or skills.
Yeah, enhance skill.
Yes.
I think that one is part of the, I think first
Okay,
one.
we need to move maybe.
Yeah.
Who will use the output or benefit from this? Well, the participant, that means the institute. Anyway?
Who will benefit? Yeah, anyway.
And the legal methodology authority.
Yeah.
LMA, legal methodology.
LMA or
yeah.
NMI?
LMA.
Yeah, both.
Yeah, both. NMI and LMA.
Maybe stakeholders?
Yeah, if we open the workshop for our stakeholders, then yes, our stakeholders. And anyone typing? Okay.
I'm typing this one, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Stakeholders or regulator? Or maybe some legal repairer.
Also, students and academies. Students.
Universities, or you mean the institution?
Yes, students.
Students, or maybe mention academic.
Yeah, academic.
Academia?
Yeah.
Maybe a repairer, or some for like in legal methodology.
Yeah, manufacturers. Manufacturer.
Yes.
Manufacturers. Distributor.
Yeah, distributor.
Or vendors?
Yeah, vendors. And for APMP, maybe testing laboratories. Testing laboratories.
Right, very important.
Yeah.
Testing laboratories, very important.
Yeah.
You mean laboratories?
Yeah, testing laboratories.
Oh, testing, okay.
Testing laboratory, yeah.
Okay. What support where they need to make output more useful or have the intended desired impact? Funding?
Yes, funding and
special funding.
Yes, funding.
Special.
Mutual.
Funding or budget.
Yeah.
Then we have a mutual cooperation we need between NMIs.
Oh, you mean the international cooperation, international,
yes.
International funding, international fund.
And cooperation probably is international fund and cooperation.
I propose knowledge base and training maybe. Yeah, it is duplicated. Knowledge.
Yeah.
Not typing.
What do you mean?
Yeah, knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yeah. How to type in. Yes.
Oh, knowledge base. Okay.
Knowledge base and training.
Yeah. What support they need to make the output more useful to intended desired impact? Support. Okay, other.
Shankar said cooperation.
Funds, actually fund and cooperation.
Yeah, important.
Collaboration.
Sorry, excuse me, please. Sometimes not relate fund, in my opinion. Maybe depend on policy of NMI.
You mean quality?
Policy.
Policy.
Oh, policy. Okay. Yeah. National policy.
Yes.
National policy.
Maybe you wish the support from national policy. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Government
support. Yeah.
Government support.
Yeah.
National policy from government.
Yeah. National policy from government.
Otherwise, I think you cannot. Go ahead.
It's not financial, isn't it? It would say mental policy support.
Policy support.
Yeah. Okay.
Other thing.
Can we go down? How about activity number 2 already?
And some calibration will have an idea what the home organization will able to identify support. So what is the impact?
And also NMI, yeah? LMI.
Television delivery government organization will able to identify what support they need from to be more competitive and also provide. What is the impact for the gaps? Identify stakeholders.
It will be depending on what type of survey we have, yeah? Is it survey on the industries or on NMA and LMA?
Yeah, industry, NMI, RMA, and manufacturer.
What is the survey? Because sometimes the manufacturer is reluctant maybe to write some secret or whatever. So I think we need some mechanism to get the survey to at least they can contribute something like NDA. They mean to protect their secret. Maybe NDA. They may have some agreement with a supplier. Before the survey. Otherwise, maybe we use some confidential data.
I just think, but I'm not sure that it's right or wrong. For example, if we would like to say about export, some export, like a food.
Export.
That is a supply chain for export food. We start in a farm like this, and after that, the next chain for what? The next chain is like for inspection, and then transportation, and then keep, and then like to export. and every chain may be involved for light mass metrology. Some chain relate about check quality of contaminate chemical, something like that. But I'm not sure my idea it how to say it.
It is an important point. Metrology should facilitate the export, international trade. What product
like
do you consider? What product do you mean? Agriculture product or product? Yeah, I know Thailand exporting agriculture products.
Facilitation.
I think if I said to hold that it too big, so we should to like in the, for example, for fish orchard. Okay, fish orchard. So fish orchard maybe in a farm. The price depend on a dimension and weight, something like that. Could you get my idea?
Control and visit the export product.
Yes, something like that.
It's important.
But how to say, it's hard to.
Okay.
Facilitate.
Wait. We
Is it okay? Based on value chain, based on the measurement.
Based on methodology control.
Or metrical traceability.
Traceability is better.
Okay.
I think, in my opinion, because of just like inspection, one measurement based to traceability.
Yeah. This through the process chain. Well, I mean the value chain. Yeah. Certified reference material, maybe physical system, or I mean equipment, well calibrated. Okay.
Were calibrated.
Activity number 2 is survey. The output is assessment report, analysis and assessment report.
Yeah.
And will be used by government,
assessment,
NMI, or even manufacturer. It will be useful if there is support. And what kind of support is it? To make it more useful, what support will they need?
How about, I mean, how we encourage, I mean, the company or manufacturer to take part in our survey?
To make the output more useful, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I think maybe they can publish the result of a survey, or other. They need some advantage if they take part in the survey, what they can get. Maybe database to ensure they mean
Wait.
because some manufacturers, or I mean client, they're reluctant to take part in the survey because they want to keep maybe speciality. Yeah, they don't want to publish. Maybe if the product they pass, okay. If they say the product fail, so that means they try to withdraw from the survey. So I don't know. So maybe we need to give some hope to them. I mean, what is the benefit if they will take part in the survey?
Yeah, share our information of the survey results.
Share?
Yeah, share our information of survey results. Yeah, sharing the survey result. Maybe on the website. Sharing the survey result. The website.
Okay, now okay. We just skip to this one. Development of guide.
Guide, yeah.
Guide or guide? Guide, is it? Guide maybe who
Almost
will
same,
use?
same. We can copy and paste. Same, I think.
We can follow.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of guide. Yeah.
Yeah.
It will be depending on
NMI,
what kind of guide.
RMA, and the stakeholders.
Guideline or guide?
Guideline.
Guide is enough, I think. Yeah, guide.
Okay. So who will use this output of benefit investment?
Yeah, NMI and the RMA and the stakeholders, other stakeholders. Yeah, MRA. Stakeholders.
Even manufacturers.
Yeah, in manufacturer.
Importers.
Yeah, important also. Importers, yeah.
Importers, sometimes they want to use the material, the result.
Yeah.
Dek, apanya pinjam, Dek?
How about some in chemical, even go front. I mean, they have what they call it CRM, MDS, material data safe sheet.
MSDS.
Because sometimes it's very important. If we don't have MSDS, that means we cannot import or we cannot export certain product. So I'm not sure whether this is part of this process. Especially local product or imported product with some hazardous material.
So we need. Okay, one way is yes to share the guide on the website. So
sharing website.
Maybe another workshop.
Yeah, maybe domestic
domestic
workshop
guide,
I write down.
About the guide, yeah.
Okay, special workshop.
In each economy,
Or maybe sometimes can we have some
local workshop, local workshop in it.
So that means for e-mode, we need put the previous one, is it? E-training, or I mean, maybe online, or I mean, training material.
E-learning material you are talking about?
Yeah, I mean e-learning,
e-learning material. Yeah.
So they mean they can learn through website or
yes.
I think like OIML they have e-learning module if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, yeah. Module. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. They will give you a basic, intermediate, or advanced. Yeah, I don't know whether the same thing we can do. That mean if you are, I mean the beginners, so you can go and they will get a mark, or I mean passing mark or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes time.
Yeah.
To develop the module.
Yeah, develop module. Yes.
Also, you know, we can some of the NMIs can start 2 months or 3 months course, so people can attend it and get online course. So
you mean online or physical?
Online course.
Online
course. So online course. So it includes the the hands-on video training and also lectures, and then they can also get certificates after 2-3 months, and then they can strengthen their knowledge base.
It's very long, 2-3 months.
Or at least 1 month, something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe in one more thing, I just think maybe we can make a module course together.
Module, yeah, different module.
Yeah, different module and can separate and join together. For example, three NMI join together to make one module, and then we can transfer our knowledge by this group. Didn't done it by just only one person, something like that, one NMI.
Yeah. It's one good suggestion. I mean, different module. Maybe it's similar like the trainer. Because some maybe I think maybe different, and they have different idea participants. So they were maybe we can actually based on example target group. Well, I mean, at least we can have a different part of training. Very easy to understand, and also that disseminate to another level. So yeah, I'm not sure, maybe depend on the module.
Yeah.
The title.
Yeah, I understand your meaning, but I said because of I have experience 2 years ago, NIMT invite Dr. Stuart Davidson from UK, NPL, to implement NAVI CG18. Dr. Stuart and I, we can separate chapter, we can separate chapter. After that, we can join together, something like that. That is for example. It's okay. That's our experience.
Separate session.
Separate topic. Yes.
How to do modular.
Okay, next.
Yeah, I still remember last time. I mean, what NIMT did, because you have training to like some other developing NMI like Myanmar. So I think maybe it's one of good training module, because you already have normally like accreditation to their country, and you can explain about the accreditation and everything. So they were, I think, I don't know whether we can do the same thing like based on module.
Yep. Okay.
Other idea, develop EL modules with regional cooperation. And that one, sometimes you need budget also, then allocation maybe from PTB or from other international organization. Yeah, I think that one is very important. Okay, what support will they need to be output? Sharing guidance. Idea? I think just 3 activities. Maybe enough 3 activities.
I think we can move into next, then we'll see if we get time.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a message.
Yeah.
Next.
Maybe another sub activity.
Okay.
I think that one, I think 6 or specific.
Number 6.
The main activity.
Specific.
It's very, very specific for this one. Example, identify the trainer, identify the host, selection of participant.
Yeah, they are all important. Yeah, you can mention. Identify host, trainer.
Identify host.
Yeah. And the trainer. Identify trainer. Yeah, audience or participants. Yeah. Next one. Yeah.
Identify the topic first.
Yeah, of course, it's important.
Identify a specific topic, and then
first identify the topic.
Yeah.
Insert. How to insert? Insert.
You
and edit.
Click on the.
Where is insert?
No, not insert. Just you.
Want to put under this one.
Oh no, you cannot do it. No.
Yeah, you can together. No. You can merge it together. Identify host and topic.
No. Identify topic and then
topic.
You process number 4. Number 4. You can number 4 identify the host. Yeah.
Yeah, recently there's no host for training courses because most of them were online.
Another thing, identify the sponsor.
Yeah. Host doesn't mean
the budget.
Yeah, budget.
Zoom.
Yeah,
Host
Zoom is the host.
The platform.
Platform, yeah. Platform, yeah.
Okay.
And prepare the material, training material. Prepare the training material. Material, yes.
Organizer.
And the concept, I mean, whether it's online.
In invitation.
The one is already mentioned, the platform. I mean, it's a virtual platform.
Yeah. How about the invitation?
Pardon? Or
invitation. Who will send the invitation and
before invitation, we have to identify the secretariat. Yeah, secretariat of the event or training course. Yeah, identify the secretariat.
Of event.
Yeah. Of the event.
You mean the organizer, yeah? The organizer.
Yeah, organizer. Yeah, you can say organizer.
Identify the organizer. Yeah, organizer. So they will do the invitation, etc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then send the invitation.
Budget.
Budget, of course.
Of course, the budget.
Yeah, media fund.
And also fund and sponsor. Yes.
Sponsorship.
After that, evaluation.
Okay, target participant, NMI, MLA.
Yes.
Maybe stakeholders? No. Tofik.
LMA, not the MLA, LMA. Legal Maturity Authority. LMA.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, LMA, yeah. Sue is saying industry. Yeah.
Industry,
yeah.
Together,
yeah. LMA and industry. Yeah.
Possibly.
Sorry, I will back a few minutes.
Okay.
This we have to find with our objective, or just one or two names we can give, because we have in the first column we have some activities, right? So we need to find out according to activities what we have suggested, and then we can write column A. Yes, like in this awareness and okay.
So maybe possibly it is media.
Yeah.
So media 3. PTB.
Lead means the leader, isn't it? Leader or organizer, isn't it? Yeah. Then
Person.
Same. Yeah, what lead mean in this case? Leader of the project. Possible leads.
So I think usually there is a person.
Person, actual person.
APMP or APMF is very specific.
Okay.
Actually, in our area, it's like awareness.
Awareness methodology industry.
Yeah, Dr. Masumoto.
Yeah, maybe both APMP
both.
and APLMF.
Yeah,
both. Yeah.
Sumoto.
It's
collaborators, contributors.
Hello, I just want to quickly say hello. I see that you got
hello.
quite far already. This is very good to see. So you're discussing already possible leads. Very good.
Finish.
We have, yeah, we have around about 10 minutes left.
Okay.
So I think that's, you probably can still make it all. I don't know. But yeah, around about 10 minutes. It also will be announced then later.
Angela.
Yeah. Okay, see you soon.
okay.
Potential host. Name.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow, this is online.
Indonesia.
So.
Indonesia.
Yeah, if we can hold a face-to-face meeting, yeah, could be.
Or maybe I think for us it's okay because now we are secretary. Maybe I can put
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Just a host.
Yeah.
I think
host.
Online.
Online host. Yes.
2023 offline.
And for APMP, maybe China, isn't it?
China.
Yeah, for APMP.
Yeah. Okay, good. The same thing, sub activities. Facilitate the export product based on medical traceability. This one is a gap analysis. Assessment. So what is our main activity is for assessment?
We need to define the
survey. Is it online? Google, what they call is
no, first maybe we need to define the scopes. Yeah, what scopes of survey?
Yeah, because on survey, so maybe how we want to do survey.
That's the platform.
As example, this one identify the platform, maybe Google survey or I mean post or I mean mailing.
Yeah.
Maybe Google. They call it Google survey or.
It's Google survey is easy.
Google survey.
Yeah.
Identify. Or maybe we need to plan first. Design. And also maybe we target group. Who is what you want to send? Is it the survey? Target.
Target. Okay.
Target group.
Identify the target group. Yes.
Target group of survey. Identify who want to prepare. The survey format.
The scopes. I would say the scopes was the scopes. I mean,
the score survey.
Yeah, what we want to survey.
Identify the score survey. Prepare the score survey.
Scopes, yeah.
Okay. By the survey format. In duration.
Then prepare the questions, eh?
It's important. Yeah, questionnaire.
Yeah, prepare
the questionnaire.
If we define the scopes, then we can start the questionnaire.
Is it right? NA questionnaire.
Yeah, something like that.
I need to check the from Google. Questionnaire. And
I forgot to say, identify the organizer or secretariat.
Okay.
Yeah, organizer. Identify the organizer.
Yeah, organizer, because it could be more than one economy, yeah. The team.
Yeah. Usually it is a secretariat of APMP or APLMF, I think. Yeah, you can simply say identify the organizer.
Okay, identify the period, how long we want to send.
Period. Yeah.
Maybe weeks, 3 weeks.
3 weeks? Too short, I think.
The time frame.
Yeah, time frame. Yeah, identify time frame. Yeah.
And also maybe the last we need to analyze it.
Yeah, analyze
the survey.
Yeah.
Preparation of maybe analyze and prepare the and report.
Yeah, prepare the report.
Survey report.
Yeah, report. Summary report. Yes. Survey report. Yes.
Okay. Target participant. Same thing. NMI. LMA.
Same thing. Yeah. Same thing. The industry, maybe industry or manufacturer.
Same like we did in the.
Yeah, you can copy paste from somewhere. Yeah, you can copy this.
It will be depending on the scopes of the survey, yeah, the participants.
Yeah. Why?
It should be.
Why does it work?
Why cannot paste?
Simply paste.
Click here.
Value only. Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think we start this one first. Possibly. Dr. Gufron. Collaborator. Okay, volunteer.
Yeah, and you can add my name, Yoshi.
Yeah.
Osman and Yoshi.
Later.
Yeah.
And this resource, maybe Indonesia.
Yeah.
It's BNA, apa Dr. Gufron? You're not Kim Lipi, what?
BSN.
BSN, sorry.
BSN.
SNSU, yeah.
Okay.
So you can later on.
Dia keluar.
Okay.
Last one. This one for A module. What activities? Develop, but we already have sharing the guidance.
Yeah, identify the contents. Identify the contents or title and the contents.
Identify the content.
Contents.
The topic, yeah. The topic.
The topic, yeah, topic. Yeah, topic.
How many guide we will?
Yeah, this one online. I think. Yeah. Module
could be.
Identify the module.
The
Okay, others is
then develop the draft development.
Develop the draft.
And we have to identify who will develop the draft.
The team again.
Yeah.
And
also the drafts.
Develop the host. I mean, identify the host.
Yeah, I mean who is develop the draft. Responsible person who.
Yeah, identify
the author or developer.
The team, yeah. You need a kind of team, huh?
Yeah, team. Yeah.
I mean, the expert. I mean, the developer.
Yeah. The developer. Yeah.
But yeah. Identify the expert. Yeah. Just it will be an expert.
Yeah, developer of subject matters or module. And then maybe we need to review whether, or maybe identify the platform, the digital platform.
Yes,
yes, yes. It is important. Identify the platform.
And because currently we have, I mean, example, APMP, APF website. I don't know where they can link. By digital platform. Identify the target audience. Identify
yes.
The whether it's a beginners or, I mean, intermediate or advanced.
Yes.
Level.
Audience and level.
Level. Camila here. Where's Camila? Okay. I think this one just the same thing.
Same thing, copy and paste.
Sorry.
Are you only okay? Same. Yoshi again. It's okay.
Just coordinator.
Yeah. Coordinator.
Okay, finish.
Almost finished. Yes.
3 activities. Our different target audience levels. What is the rest for the e-learning? Or maybe the cost. Do we need to identify the cost?
Yes.
Yeah.
Assuming it is not only for next year. Maybe maybe
Yeah,
some of
3
the
years.
activity will be off.
Maybe online or offline, we don't know.
Yeah.
And define the budget.
Budget, yes.
Coming.
Oh, we need to
They are
finish.
calling. They are calling. It's okay. I think we are almost finished.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, finished already.
Okay. See you then.
Yes. Okay. See you then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The topic that we need to develop for online courses here. So we have a workshop for discussion. And then after that, everyone will go back to their country to develop their own courses, because in this area, we do not know how to develop the online courses.
Okay.
I mean the developing economy. We do not know how to do it. We
I am in the meeting.
We can attend PB courses, NPL courses, but we cannot have it in our area here. So we would like to gain the knowledge how to develop one.
Yes, actually, when I looked at the outputs of the workshops from water and here, I really feel that you should cross disciplines. You have to go out of the scientist metrology field in some of the activities. You have to go out and invite resource persons, speakers, experts from other fields. If you look at also the output in the water, some of the activities there would require not just sticking to the metrology experts. Same here, yeah. So for example, now talking about resilience, right, and the role of metrology, wouldn't it be nice to have a conference with large corporations and small and medium enterprises? What do they think is the role of metrology in the era of disruptions in the economy, right? I mean, that would be a very good conference. So I really think that the Medea project should cross boundaries. It should be now multidisciplinary. The persons who will shape and be tapped as resource persons in the different work packages. That's just my view looking at the proposed activities.
Yes, and that's also exactly how the project is designed. Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we are all back, right?
Let's have, 54 participants are already here. And let me just share screen for the program. So welcome back, everyone. And we will not have a sharing of all the outputs. First, we don't have the time for that, and it will be too boring. So I will just briefly show the virtual collaboration board outputs. And if there are questions, we can have a very brief, like 5-minute Q&A. So let me share some examples from the different outputs. So let's start with group one. Group one. Here, Sharon's facilitator there. So if you notice the output of group one, they have identified the first activity, which I identified. And then here they have the identify pro and con of each platform, and then to look into training courses for which they will develop the online courses. And yeah, so they have 4. And they managed to identify some potential hosts, contributors, possible lead. And some of these activities have been well articulated. They have not done online training course yet, but at least it is already here as one of the main activities. And then we have here the group of Victoria, Haslina, and Nick. And their topic is software verification, data quality, big data analytics, data security. So their first set of activities is focusing on developing guidance documents for verification of software of specific instruments. They also have a main activity of ensuring staff have appropriate software and data skills. So this is the capacity building for the staff for future metrology and legal metrology needs. And then developing verification procedures for specific instruments. So for this, they were not able to articulate specific, but that's also fine. They have completed 2 of this, almost up to the activity level. No? So let's look at group 3's output. Group 3 has articulated a number of main activities. The topic here is automation of laboratory processes, online and remote calibration, and smart sensors. So they, I think, articulated 3 activities that are unique. First, for remote calibration only or online. And then this one is more of a scoping, no? Identifying where the technologies have been successfully implemented for automation, online calibration, remote sensing. And the third is technical expertise and transfer sharing. It identifies group, resilience of global supply chains in manufacturing and export activities. So they have identified this online workshop and seminar trainings, survey, developing of guide, and training of trainers. I think we will understand their output at the needs aspect, but they have to define then what the guide will be at the end of the day, for example. And then for the 5th group, which is focusing on economic sustainability of metrology institutes, this group has a lot of things going on here. So I think this will be fun for this group as well, because they have a lot of suggested main activities as well as activities. Okay, any questions at this point from anyone? You could also briefly share whether you feel your group has identified something that Medea could really support in your view. If there are no questions, maybe 1 or 2 participants. You can raise your hand if you want to ask something, or you just switch on your audio and you can speak. Probo, maybe I see you on my screen now. And Probo was one of the first participants and organizers of the first Medea 1.0 planning workshop. So Probo, what group did you join?
Group 1.
Okay, so do you feel that there are some things here that really will address the needs of developing economies that you were able to tackle and develop some proposals?
Yeah, I think we identified that we in this era we need to develop more online courses to develop our needs, develop our competencies. So we have what is the needs economists needed. So we have identified that activity we will the it will be first
and maybe I
banking.
can Chantawong. Which group did you join, Naren?
Group 2.
Okay, so do you feel that the activities that we proposed for this software verification, data quality, etc., are some things that can really address the need of the developing economy?
Yes, but because of the time limitation, that's all we cannot finish for all of the activities. But for the first two activity, we try to complete it as much as we can to make it complete until the sub activity and the stakeholder.
Okay, and this really are somehow addressing the focus, no, of step 1 that you articulated. Okay, thank you very much. I think in the interest of time, I will have to end here, and we will then have Katya, who will explain to us what will be the next steps. Having done all the 3 planning workshops, what will happen next?
Yes, right. Thank you, Camila. So given of all your support and your input and the activities you developed today, I think we have already a very good understanding of what you need, what you want to develop in the future, and how possible Medea activities could look like. So that's what we will have a look at, the working group for this specific planning workshop. So we will go over your suggestions and we'll see where are, for example, repeated activities repeated, where are activities which are already very well defined, or where are activities which maybe need further refinement. So we will have a look at all the different groups and all the different activities developed, and then we will define work packages. So we will combine the activities in one work package where they make sense, and will develop the Medea 3 overall work package containing the activities from our today's workshop, so on SDG 8 and 9, as well as the activities on health or water. I'm afraid, or I think this probably will take a while, but the outcome will certainly be shared with you. Before you, however, will also receive a workshop documentation. And this workshop documentation will show you again the results of our discussions of today, as well as the results of the survey you were asked to fill in during the registration process. It will give an overview of the participants which were attended today, and also include the presentations which were given. So a workshop documentation will be shared. And later on, once we all have more clarity on the activities and work packages, this will be broadly then announced, that everybody gets an overview what the project actually wants to focus at during the next 3 years. So your input was certainly very important. We saw during the last planning workshop on water that there were very good ideas and activities developed. So we are currently working on them to put them also in work packages. So, and I'm also quite confident that we will have such outcome also from today's workshop. So thank you very much already.
Thank you, Katya. I would just like to invite everybody at this point to actually answer the end of workshop feedback. So I am going to share in the chat the link. Let me just wait a minute. There. So please click on the link that's been shared on the chat, and you will be brought to the participant check-in. So there was page 1, page 2, go to page 3. Now I see Anne already answering there. So there are 4 questions, and the last one is just other comments and remarks. Kindly answer all the 4 questions. So the first question is, did we achieve our workshop objective to develop the plan, no? Or to come up with ideas, brainstorm ideas for Medea 3.0 for SDG 8 and 9? Then yes, partly, no. And then on the next column, why yes, why partly, why no, referring to your answer on the previous column. And then do you have suggestions? Any suggestions to improve the future workshops? And the last is, in what ways will you be involved? So the last question is very important. Please don't skip that. So in what ways will you be involved in the implementation of the Medea 3.0 proposed activities? For those who are not in the original list of participants, you are actually here in the last 4, the ones I added from Kenya and from China. So I just copy and paste from the previous page 1 and page 2, and you have your own space here. So everyone has a cell. So let's give time for everyone to answer. We would like to get your feedback because these are also lessons learned for the organizers for the future activities and similar events of Medea and other PTV projects.
To make a comment on this, you are sending this Google form, or just we can enter here?
The link is on the chat. Did you see it, Dr. Shiv?
Yeah, I will just see. You are saying I couldn't see this link because water feedback form. Just let me check.
Yeah, just click on the link, and I am also typing the answers of those who. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So, okay, you want me to freeze? Okay, I will try to freeze now. Freeze up to row, up to curve there. So now it's frozen, and you just scroll up and down, so you always see the questions, no? For those who are in the bottom. Thanks for that. For Sijue, I already put your answer to the first. Just continue, Sijue. What's your answer for number 2, number 3? Can you chat it to me, and I will just copy and paste it here. Sijue.
No, yes.
What happened? I was free. I already froze it. I froze it. There. So I froze it so that you could just scroll down. Yes. Do you have any suggestions for go? Yes, is the answer for the first. Let me just copy and paste that one. Oh, are you in letter S, Sue? Maybe that's why I could not find. Here, yes, okay. And the second question, why yes, why no, why partly? Any suggestions for those who cannot? Thank you, Yoshi. For those who cannot access the Google Sheet, you can share with me directly.
Yeah, I'll reply later.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
later, Yoshi. For Yang Ping, okay, Nim, let me answer for you. I think Mim is here. Ping Yang. Correct. Okay. We still have some participants who are Sijue. Thank you, Sijue. Yang, yeah, you're welcome, Yang Ping. You can just scroll down. Bakau, to find your name, you can just scroll down. You just refresh your page, like you click on HTTP or address bar, I will reload. So you will, I reloaded, you see, and then that's already refreshed. Bacau, here. So for Russia, Nikita, I will write your answers here. Nikita, partly, not enough time. Make worksheets less specific. And say yes. I'm sorry. Where is Nikita? Oops. Stop. There. What are you using, Bacau? Are you using a mobile phone? Because if you are using a mobile phone, because now I'm using a computer and you can still see the other, you can still scroll up and down. You have to scroll up and down Bacau to find your name. I could also hide the color code so that can you now see? Yeah, I see you're typing now. I think you are there. Yeah, you can also zoom out in your Google to make it smaller. So look, my mouse is here. I'm clicking here on the 100%. I make it smaller there so I can see more. Okay.
Maybe if it doesn't work, you can also send it by email, but I think in
Yeah.
the interest of time, we
have to wrap up
continue.
now. Okay. Yeah. So those who want to answer, you have the link. If you want to answer later and put in your workshop evaluation, let's now then have our closing remarks from Ms. Katya, Dr. Angela, and Dr. Osman.
Okay, then maybe I get started. I think I mentioned it already, that your input was very much appreciated and very good to have. So thank you very much again for being with us today. I think I want to keep it short and want to wish you a nice afternoon and a nice rest of your day. And thanks again for being here. And we will hear from each other very soon, the latest once we are ready to share the workshop documentation. So thanks very much.
Angela or Osman?
So from my side as well, if I can just, Osman, again, thank all participants and APMP members in particular, I guess, for your active contributions. I certainly found the discussion relevant to our situation in Australia. So I trust that everyone has found the discussion useful in circumstances in your NMI or legal metrology body and in your economy. So thanks again, and we look forward to getting back to you as soon as possible with next steps.
Thank you, Angela. Dr. Osman?
Okay, once again, thank you very much, especially for the APLMF members. I mean, for very fruitful discussion actually in our workshop. So I think it's very important to exchange the idea, and also we move forward actually to look what is the best for APLMF members